In our group, we had a foreign exchange student, Soukaina, and we wanted to get to know other foreign exchange students as well and find out if or what their expectations were before they came to San Francisco or the United States. And we wanted to find out if after they got here, if they lived up to their expectations.
I went to the foreign exchange fair or the international fair, because it was a good place, we thought, to see everyone from everywhere that comes to our school to see America. And it was one day where they were all out there showing things about their countries, and they were really willing to talk about their experiences.
It was a brilliant idea. The idea was that we have these study abroad and exchange programs. The programs, the way they work is that we have incoming students and outgoing students going to these partner institutions all around the world. So we have a partner institution in Australia, a partner institution in France, a partner institution in Hong Kong. And we are trying to get our students to find out about those opportunities to go study overseas for a semester a year. And one of the best ways to be able to let students know about that opportunity was to use the students from those respective universities themselves. So when we have exchange students here studying at San Francisco State, why not have them be the ones to explain about why a student should study in Australia or France or Hong Kong?
We set up an interview with Noah because we wanted to know what he does to make foreign exchange students' experiences here what they are. Like we wanted to know what he does to make sure that their expectations are met, or what type of programs he creates for all of them. And he's somebody who knows personally a lot of the people who come to America.
They go to museums, they go to companies, business majors like to go to visit companies. Sometimes they go to other campuses, they get tours of other campuses, they go on big trips like ski trips and camping trip to Yosemite, which is what they're doing this weekend. Wine tasting trips, just about anything you can possibly think of that you're interested in, they do it. And that's what the challenge is to explain to people what this organization is. It's like you say, well, it's international students, well, it's study abroad students, but what is it really? It's everything that you could possibly think of. It's just those students doing those things together. So that's really what the IEC is at heart.
So where are you from?
Yeah, and that's some great comments because of the accent. They'll be like, oh, so where are you from?
Yeah, as soon as you start talking to someone that's from America, straight away they're like, where are you from?
Yeah.
And it just starts off a conversation, so technically you can go and talk to anyone.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, because as soon as you start speaking, they're like, they're really from Australia? Yes, yes we are.
So because I'd been to America before, I kind of had a bit of an understanding that the people are very polite, very nice, you guys have really good manners. But definitely I was being treated as a tourist, whereas now I'm being treated as a resident, and it's kind of a bit different. But America is a bit what I expected and a bit not, because like I said, once I was a tourist and now I'm actually living here, so I guess my perceptions were a little bit off.
First of all, somebody has to have somewhat of an interest in the United States, hopefully, to be able to come here in the first place. But a lot of times the perceptions are pretty different from what the realities are. And so I think what we've encountered are a lot of times students who have a tough time reconciling simple things. What do they want to do when they first get here? They want to have a red cup party. I think a lot of people, Americans, don't know what red cup parties are, but we figured out. We're like, oh, you mean like a party where you drink beer out of a red cup? We play beer pong? Oh yeah, they're like, yeah, the red cup parties. And so that's their dream, and you're like, well, okay, it's not that exciting or unusual. So, those are sometimes the misconceptions.
I was really surprised by how different your vernacular is here. I thought because it's an English-speaking country and a lot of Australians think that it's really similar, but you guys use words that we completely don't use, and words I use on a daily basis you guys don't understand. So that really surprised me. Also, just the food culture here is really different. How you guys eat and what you eat is so different to Australia as well.
You're going to go to a new place, a new country, a lot of times where you won't know anyone. You don't know where you're going to live the next week. Sometimes that's a frightening thing when you get on a plane and you're like, I don't know where I'm staying tomorrow night. It's just going to be in a different country somewhere. And I'm not going back for a long time. And so, you know, that's a scary thing. But the reality is the people who choose to do it are usually kind of a little bit special in the first place. So once they get there and they do it, their expectations are exceeded.